Fragments of a Green Pencil, Miss Jones' Memory and Writing, Confessions of a Possibly Mentally Unstable Kindergartner by Walter Bowne. This morning I had a really good breakfast. Scrambled eggs, sausage, links, hash browns, whole wheat toast, coffee at Beyond Bagels in Ledgedale by Lake Wallenpaupack in northeast Pennsylvania. I was sitting there writing a chapter, going through my usual rhythm, write, step back, ask myself, what can I take out? And then suddenly the song Me and Mrs. Jones by Billy Paul came on. You know what, I always thought that was Lou Rawls. And instantly, I was back in kindergarten. My teacher's name was Miss Jones. I kind of had a thing for her, which, yes, sounds odd, a kindergartner and his teacher. Boy, that's wrong. But she was kind, blonde, pretty, and more importantly, she made me feel understood. I still have a class picture of her. Oh, that blonde hair. And that song was popular. Well, it was not 1972, more like 1974, and I was 5. Looking back, I think Miss Jones became a sort of replacement mother for the half day. Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. The song was a hit, a number 1 single recorded and released in 1972 on CBS Records, Philadelphia International Imprint, EO Philly. I didn't like school in general. I hated it, in fact. But I liked kindergarten, maybe, I think. It wasn't until first grade that things turned sour. I'd throw up before school, fake sick, anything to avoid Mrs. Morse, who I called Mrs. Worst, and who once scolded me for losing my thick green pencil. She said I had emotional issues, or maybe even something like emotionally unstable. Well, that's what I remember. And honestly, 51 years later, that label doesn't sound entirely off. I've always been a little volatile. Still, kindergarten was different. I could picture myself walking the quarter mile to Osage School in Voorhees, New Jersey, a suburb of Philadelphia, Philly. I remember how small I was, though I could only reconstruct what went through my mind. And yet, Miss Jones, her kindness, that song, stays with me. Music does that. Like Marcel Proust's Madeleine Cake, well, a taste or a sound can throw you straight back into a forgotten world. For me, it's rarely elementary or middle school that brings good memories. Those years were tough. It wasn't until junior and senior year of high school that it began to feel like, well, I had friends, that I was smart, that I was funny, and that maybe I could do something with my life. As I was lost in this reverie at the restaurant, the waitress came up to clear my plate. The interruption felt almost like Coleridge in the middle of writing Kubla Khan, his narcotic dream broken by a knock at the door. My only narcotic, though, was 2 cups of coffee, percolating not just in my brain, but maybe in my bowels, too. But here's the thing. How much can we trust memory? We replay it, reshape it, and in that retelling, it becomes reality, or at least our reality. Maybe Miss Jones wasn't as radiant as I remember, or as smart, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask my mom what she remembers. Her truth may differ from mine, just as 10 witnesses to a single accident will each recall something different. And how much can we trust our memories after all? Where's the truth? Maybe it lies in the synthesis of those many truths. And that's what writing gives me, a way to explore the walls of Troy, those Trojan gift horses, the defenses and distortions that shape me, not just egotistical navel-gazing, but an attempt to empathize, to extend memory outward, to see how stories, mine, yours, anyone's, layer and collide. Well, it's time for us to be leaving. It hurts so much inside. Now she'll go her way and I'll go mine, but tomorrow at school, we'll meet at the same place, the same time. Mrs. Jones! And so, Miss Jones, Billy Paul, not Lou Rawls, a green pencil, scrambled eggs, and coffee. Goodbye for this morning, where it all folds back into the narrative.